just like the constant multiple law helped us, so can some of the other laws. So we're going to look at the difference law, this one here, which says that if you are subtracting two functions before you take the limit, you could just take the limit of each function separately. So it's going to help us. Again, with this problem, which we did in class, which we already know the answer to. So we already took the derivative of x squared minus 8x, and we got 2x minus 8. So if we looked at what we were doing when we took that limit, just like we did before, we can break it up into a limit we've already done, since we've already done the limit for x squared. And then we only have to do a much smaller, simpler limit. Oh, I forgot a whole piece. Minus x squared minus 8x over h. So you can see here is the first part of the x squared limit, and then here's the second one, which is kind of the 8x. So we can think of it as two separate functions, and then we can just subtract their limit. So the first function, we just have to do some algebra, as always. So if I distributed the minus sign here, I would have minus x squared, and then I would have minus 8x plus h plus 8x all over h. So we know when we have a fraction, we need the same denominator in order to add or subtract, so we can break it back up just like we would before, kind of going backwards into two fractions with the same denominator. So here's my first fraction, which again, we already know the limit of this from way back when, the very beginning. And then the second fraction would be, I'm going to subtract it because it was subtraction up here and I want to stay consistent and I want to change this back to subtraction. So this would be 8x plus h minus 8x over h. So now again, we already know this limit. We did it now quite a few times, and we started with this one. So now we only have this limit to do, because by the difference rule, we can take this, now that we have two different functions being subtracted, we can split it up and take each limit separately. So we already know this first limit is 2x from lots and lots of work that we've done. So all we have to do is take this limit as h approaches 0 of, as I write, I'm just going to distribute that 8. So I have 8x plus 8h minus 8x over h. This limit becomes much easier to do. 8x minus 8x is 0. H divided by h is 1. The answer is 8. I was subtracting the limits, so the answer is 2x minus 8.